How you doing? Hope everybody's doing okay this evening. I'm a minute or two early. Please forgive me for that. I'd much rather be early than late. I always try to do that when I work a job. Other than tow truck. Tow trucks are 24/7. But even with the carnival and stuff, I'd always be a few minutes early to work call. Better to be early than late. So, the dog's having fun entertaining herself right now. Scratch that. She wants me to help entertain her. No, you want me to help entertain you, huh? You want some help entertaining yourself, huh? You bring it up here so I play with you? Huh? You bring it up here so I'd play with you, sweetheart? Huh? Yeah. You're my little sweetheart. You're my little sweetheart. Oh, yes, there was. Yeah, here's my baby. There's my baby. Yep, here's my babies. Oh, you get rough. Oh, get rough there, Lulu. Get rough. Get wild, woman. Get wild, woman. We're waiting on people to come here anyway. Might as well let you get wild. You wild. You get wild, one. Ooh, get wild. Get it, Lulu. Mwah. Get it. Oh, get it, Lulu. Did you get it, my babies? Oh. There you go, sweetheart. It's all yours. Except that piece. Except that piece. I want this piece. How about if I want this piece? Have this one? Or should I take this one? This one? Oh, how we doing? 801. And this ain't like Facebook. Sure, if people said a thing, they know when I go live. Or they can look at the clock and know when I go live. But Facebook, I get to send out invites. And that's what most people are used to, is the invite. Every evening or afternoon or whatever, they get the invite and say, come join my live. But I'm sure if I give it a couple minutes here, somebody's sure to join in. Eventually, I hope this channel builds up a couple hundred subscribers, and then we don't have to worry about it. There'll be people here talking amongst stoners, talking amongst one another via the internet, I would hope, through YouTube. Anybody that joins, feel free to make a comment. And, you know, sometimes one person's comment leads to another comment. Just like a lot of times somebody make a comment and it reminds me of a story or you know, something that I want to tell people about, but it took that little to bring it to the front of the thought process to say, oh yeah, I want to tell you about this. I don't want the TNT to be just about me. I want it to be about me and my followers and friends and stuff. It was never thought of or designed to be about me. Ain't that right, Lulu? But more of a stoner toking and talking section. Ain't that right, Lulu? Oh, TNT, toking and talking. Or texting, you know. Hey, well, we're not so popular tonight there, little girl. We're not so popular tonight. Yeah, no. we're not so popular tonight. We ain't got nobody on here yet. It's okay, we just play. Me and you will play. Somebody will come. Somebody, oh, goodness sakes. She's tearing me up. Somebody come watch. Somebody will join in. I know. Send out mental thoughts. It's warm tonight, friends. It's a little warm. But you know how them trolls pick on me about my dogs and all? Does she look like she's really overheated? Or him or her, either one, do they look like they're panting and dying of heat exhaustion or anything? You see what I'm saying? They look pretty doggone happy if you ask me, huh, Jack? They ain't panting, toes hang out, nothing like that. Ain't that right, girl? Yeah, that's my baby girl, huh? Oh, goodness sakes. Well, it's going to start cooling down here anytime, I'm sure. Now the sun's going down. Be nice if at least one person joined in and I would know that this thing's broadcasting. I have no idea. I'm going through an app because I don't have the 1,000 subscribers. So I go through an app. And YouTube lies. They say with 50 subscribers you can go live. I've got 60 and on YouTube it won't let me go live, so they kind of lie about that. Wonder what else they lie about. Hey, looks like we got somebody join in. I have no idea who it is unless they talk. Hey, John, how you doing? I look like I just woke up? No. No, I didn't just wake up. I'm about ready to go to. No, I'm ready to go to a nap. Pretty much for the night. I've been smoking all afternoon with my friends, so I got to make up for it this weekend because next Monday I'm going to be in illegal state, you know. So I can't enjoy regular cannabis, you know, for a few days, whatever. It's cool. I'll live. That's why I got the hemp flower and the Delta 9. You know, I'll live. It's all right. I'll live the few days that I'm in the illegal states. Yeah, I'm just doing the partying before you leave the state, saying goodbye to my friends here. They went out and picked up a jet ski, so it'd probably be a good hour before he gets back or so, maybe even longer. But I'm just going to stay here tonight, and then I was going to go over to the truck stop, but I told them I'd wait until they get back, because I plan on taking off real early in the morning. So I got to say goodbye to them tonight. And then I plan on being in Smithville tomorrow. So, you know, I'd like to wake up at 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock, hit the road. It's 30 miles down the road. Say, by 7 o'clock, I'd like to be in town looking for a place to park. And by town, it's not what I see. It's not really a town. It's the name of the town. There's a water tower that says Smithville and all, but it's just a couple streets. It's pretty much what it is. And then it goes out to the lake. But there's pull-offs and whatnot that I see that I can park at and get attention for the petition and stuff. So who knows? I might do good. I might not get no attention at all. I might get welcomed. I might get harassed by the cops. Who knows? Won't know until I go, you know what I mean? I think everything's going to be fine. We'll find out. So that's my plan anyway. I don't want to get over to Topeka until Monday. So no matter what, I will stay in the Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas area until Monday. Hopefully it'll be out at Smithville Lake, but you never know. If everything works out, I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and half a day Sunday. And then Sunday evening, I'll drive over to Topeka. Spend the night at a truck stop somewhere along the way close. And then get in Topeka Monday morning. And get there early where I can get me a parking spot right by the, the Capitol or the courthouse. I'll have to look on the map and see where the courthouse is. I don't think I've ever parked in front of the courthouses, but I have parked in front of the Capitol, and one block off from it. So I'll have to plug in the computer later and check that out. Rough. Just like I gotta plug in the computer and get up some pictures and stuff for tomorrow's story time. For those that don't know, I'm starting a story time, and what that is, at noon on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'll tell a little story that happened on the journey, whether it was an illegal search, whether it was the Mount Rushmore event, no matter what it is, I will come up with a story. Right now I'm kind of starting at the beginning and working forward a little bit. I've not looked up pictures and decided what tomorrow's story is going to be about yet, but I've got until noon to do it. But no, after this live, I plan on spending a little bit of time on the laptop and setting up that for the story tomorrow and stuff. Ain't that right, Lulu? Hey, come here. Come here, say hi. Lulu! Shy dog. There's my kids. Jackapoo and Lulu. Woof. Woof. Yeah, woof, woof, woof. Oh, woof, woof, woof. Oh, woof, woof. Mwah, 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 mwah. Yeah, woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, sweetheart, there it is. I was so blessed from the day that I first seen her. And I was at Awesome Possum, where I'm headed to in Texas. My foster parents own that. It's where you can go and build an RV out of a school bus. You know, build a schoolie, build a four-wheeler, off-road vehicle, swamp buggy, killdozer, whatever you want to do. He rents you a campsite and lets you have at it. It's really cool. John, whoa, and I would have no idea. I suspect, of course, first thing is get it wrote. And then the hardest thing is to get someone to publish it, because they're going to edit it, proofread it. You know, they're going to do all the stuff that they got to do. And so then you kind of get underneath their rules and their this, that, and the other. Basically, I write the book. They read it. They want to twist it their way, whatever, edit this, that, the other, whatnot. I basically end up, I don't know, I'm not sure. But the way I think it is, I basically sell my rights to the book. So they would be the ones probably setting the price. If you go through some of these, like I say, I've never done it. I do have a friend on here, Miles Walker, that might be able to answer some of them questions. But my first thing is, because I've been trying to find a ghostwriter. I would love to split everything 50-50 and have a ghostwriter, and just I did all the work, I created the story, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. All someone's got to do is write the story, and I'd give them 50%. Because hey, they're gonna write the best story they ever wrote, right? Because people are only going to buy the book if it's good, right? So that's why I say I would have loved to find, and I still would love to find a ghostwriter. Someone that I could just send tapes to, send videos to, this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? And let them write the book. But after it's wrote, then you got to, bow down to the publishers, I guess, or whatnot. Because you got to get somebody to publish it, put it in print and all. And I don't think I would be the one that gets to set the price or anything like that. I will get a royalty for each book sold or something like that. Now, if it all happens, if this all happens, and I write the book, I will ask them for the first 420 books printed to take with me along a journey signing books. And see if we could make that happen, you know what I mean? So actually, the very first 420 books that was printed before they went out, to the different places or on the web and all that, the actual first 420 books off the press, I'd like to work a deal that I get them, and I would go around, pushing the book, a book signing tour. And if people have the book, bring it, I'll sign it. If they don't, and they want to buy a copy, they can get one of the first 420 books. That's just an idea I thought of, that part. More like a publicity type thing. So you could imagine if I could work a deal like that and get that done, then all you'd have to do is get a hold of me and, hey, I know you're coming my way, just put one aside, and you would know the price and all that, you know what I mean? So just keep following my social media and stuff if you would, especially YouTube. Yeah, the more supporters I get, like I know right now I can't just instantly get 1,000 subscribers. I was a dumbass for not starting this 9+ years ago. Because right now, if I had the 1,000 subscribers and whatnot, I could be making up to $1,000 a month. Well, shit, imagine what I could do with that, especially coming off the road. I'm used to living off of $400 a month. So I could actually find a place, whether it be a campground and be in this, like Awesome Possum or whatever. I wouldn't have to go out and work and whatnot to pay the rent, the space and all. If I could get that up and everything and go somewhere and have a couple months rent paid, I'd probably be able to write the book and stuff. But then you still got to find a publisher and all that crap. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try the best I can to do it. And if I get to make any deals in the matter, it will be that the first 420 books off the press, I'll pay for them. They can deduct them or whatever, their share. But I want the first 420 that ever went into print. And I'm sure I could find somebody once the book's wrote to agree to that. But I appreciate the confidence on that. And see, it's one man's journey, and it's not about me. It's going to be about the journey, the adventure of having the honor and pleasure of meeting Ross Don Meeks, holding the very first cannabis event ever at Mount Rushmore with Ross Don Meeks, meeting the New Jersey weed man years ago before he sued the city and got busted for selling chicken wings after dark. That was so damn funny. And I just went and seen him a couple years ago when I went up there to go see the Con Father. I stopped in and seen him, and yeah, he's doing pretty doggone good with the lawsuit that he won and all that on the city. You know, my hat's off to the New Jersey weed man. Yeah. I spent a week up there the first time. This time I only spent the one day. And he come by and we talked and everything. There's a little video and stuff. And he's got the weed car, the weed trooper. He took an old state trooper vehicle and put the green lights on it and stuff and whatnot. And it's the weed patrol or something. It's pretty cool. If you went on my Facebook and down my timeline and whatnot, you'd see it. Or just look up New Jersey Weed Man. You know, Trenton, New Jersey. Good friend. But, yeah, just everything, you know what I mean? There's so many different stories. Jeff Mazansky right here in Missouri, you know, the guy the only person in Missouri to get life without parole. 2 counts of possession, 1 count of sales. And they held him hostage over 22 years. But thank goodness the petition got him out. And I'll tell you, and I can play you an interview where you can hear it out of Jeff Mazansky's lips. Petitions do work. The only petition that don't work that you know about is the one your signature's not on. And that's just the honest to God's truth. Even Jeff Mazansky will tell you, if it had not been for a petition and the people with the numbers and stuff getting behind it, he would have never got pardoned. Now, petitions work, but the trick is people's got to want to help someone. You know, that's the whole trick behind it. Don't tell people, oh, I will sign it and this and that and the other, but right then and there and sign it. You know, and with his family and a couple of different organizations that helped him, man, they did wonders. They did great. Petitions work. So always keep that in mind when you see one. And, you know, don't sign one petition. Sign every one you can if you believe in it. Okay? The Canna Convict one and whatnot. I signed them things. Number one, I like my name, 420 Jim being on them. But you know what I mean? You always sign that. It don't matter. No matter who writes or whatever. Get on every petition you can. Because they may need one extra. You know, just like me. I'd love to see everybody on mine. You know what I'm saying? Or I call it mine, but it's not nothing to do with me. It's got to do with, maybe that's why people don't sign it, because I call it my petition. It's not for me because I'm not in prison. And I don't think I have a marijuana record. I might. I'm not going to lie and say I don't. I may have some sort of little marijuana record. I've never done any time in jail with it. I might have pled guilty or something, or something like that on attempted to purchase. I don't remember, but I'm not going to say for sure I've never had a marijuana. I did have the one marijuana charge in 2013, but I was found incompetent to stand trial on that one. That's what led to this whole journey. But you're absolutely right, and you know why I say that, John, when you say it's going to be a good book? I met a wonderful gentleman named Will Hall out in, and his son out in Richmond, Virginia. And Will Hall owns Atlantic East Motion Pictures Company out there. And when he first seen me back in 17 or 18, the second day I think it was, he finally came over and says, "What's your story?" And I'm like, "You know, what do you mean?" And then he says, "Well, you got to have one hell of a story. And I want to hear your story." And he introduced himself. And he really wanted to make kind of his last movie. He was looking for a, you know, that one film to go out with, you might say. turned the business over to his son and whatnot. He was 73 back then, I think. He's still around part of it and whatnot, a little older. But he picked me after hearing the story. And we did. We tried for a couple years to get 20 grand up. But nobody was interested. Nobody was interested in buying shirts, donating to the movie or nothing. I tried an Indiegogo for movie. I tried a few different things. And whatever. Nobody just seemed interested. But the thing is with the producer, and see, if the book gets wrote, I know damn well after that a movie will come. But the whole thing was, this guy had the opening scene and everything. It would have been a wonderful. And I really wished, and I hope if the movie is done, that and Will Bird's still around, I would love for him to be the one to do it. But it just wasn't meant to be at that time, I guess. But he agreed, okay? And this is back in 2018, okay? 5, 6, 7 years ago. He agreed. And it's even more to this day than back then. He thinks it would be one of the best movies of that year. Because even the haters will go to the theaters to see it. You know, to boo it. Marijuana bad and whatnot. You know. Not only with the people that support it, like the people that met me, the true people like you and whatnot, that would go to the movie and see if it's anything like your experience and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm sure most of my friends and stuff, if the movie come out, oh, y'all would go see what in it, and if it betrayed it like I was and all, and who was, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just thinking if I was in someone else's shoes, if I'd heard of 420 Jim and never got the chance to meet him or nothing, because he didn't come to my town or some reason I didn't get to meet him, damn it, I wish I could, I would definitely want to go see the movie. So you got the people that met me, most of them, maybe not all, but let's say half the people that met me. Hey, if it's a movie, they'd probably go to it. Okay? The people that wanted to meet me and couldn't meet me for some odd reason, I'm pretty sure 80-90% of them would go see the movie. And definitely, and most definitely, the haters. The haters. You can't hate something you don't go see. And you would actually get them haters to spend a couple of dollars to come see that movie. So he sees it as someone into doing motion pictures and stuff as a win-win movie. You know what I mean? Even the haters are going to want to come see this movie. Oh, well, thank you so much, John. And, you know, I took it really seriously. I took it real seriously. Now, I may have the dates wrong. Oh, wow, the jet ski's here. They just bought. Wow, nice. I'll take you out and look at it here in a minute. Yeah. Well, I keep forgetting I'm on YouTube and not Facebook. Hey, John, here's the thing. I may have the year wrong. But I'm going to say it's 2015. It could have been, I'm pretty sure it's 2015. It could have been 14, could have been 16. And I don't want to say what year reunion it was. But once I get my computers unlocked, I never thought that my Jack A. Chaput page would be taken down or anything like that. And because of Bill Levin and Church of Indiana and all that crap, they're jealous because of what I'm getting ready to tell you. I was in D.C. and was turning in the petition, and I found out that I had. So that was 2014. So yeah, it should have been 2014. Anyhow, I announced I'm done. I'm done. That's it. They had just legalized cannabis in Washington, D.C., and they told me I had to mail my petition in. They wouldn't even let me drop it off or nothing. I had it all in big statement. And I was just... And a couple different people got a hold of me. One of them being Jimmy Shaw. He can deny this all he wants now if he wants to deny it or whatever. But he used to be the MC out there at the Howard County Healing Fields in Kokomo, Indiana. I'd never heard of the place or nothing. But they got a hold of me on social media and asked me to come to their Vietnam Veterans reunion. The first thing I answer back is, whoa, 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 I'm Junior, you're thinking of my dad, I'm not a vet, he was. And they're like, no, 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 it don't matter, it's open to the public. We want you, your bus, and your dog here. Back then I only had the one dog. That's all I needed, you know, a place that was the Howard County Healing Fields, you know, whatever, and come and yes, you know, especially since they knew I wasn't a vet, and they knew something about me. They knew I had this bus, they knew I had that dog, okay? Now, I think what it was on the way through to D.C., I stopped there in Indianapolis, and they put me in a parade. I've got all the pictures and stuff of that parade. I was in a parade in Fountain Square. Well, Bill Levin, he blew a gasket when he found out that I was in that parade, because he's like a big wig down there in Fountain Square. But the crowd loved it when I come around the corner in a cannon bus. And you can't change history. So that's why they pitched a big stink a couple years later, but they can't change history. Me and the Healing Fields don't get along right now, and that's why I'm saying this. But anyhow, I was contacted back there in 14 or 15, and I went there. And, you know, it was the most blissful 4 days that I'd ever spent. And I shook a lot of veterans, Vietnam vets, and newer vets. But I shook a lot of Vietnam veterans' hands that really told me how much they appreciated me coming there, being there, and would I be their voice. I take that very seriously. And that's why I am. That's why I'm as passionate as I am. And the only other fact than that, and I told them I'd fight for them, you know, and gave them my word, and that's why I'm not giving up the mission. I'm not giving up the fight. I'm just not coming off the road. But I take that very seriously when I promised the vets that I'd be their voice. And sometimes I say the wrong thing. Sometimes I'll blow up at the trolls or this, that, and the other. But I always ask for forgiveness and try and correct things. No one's perfect. The last person perfect person, they crucified. So none of us is perfect. But as long as we can ask for forgiveness and not lie on others and move on and stuff, you know what I mean? I hold no grudges against the Healing Fields and stuff. Their president, I can't think of his name right offhand. I do hold, not a grudge, but I hold him and want to hold him accountable. He flat, I think it's Jim Prophet maybe. He flat out has lied, and to be a president of that organization, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. And they could have stopped a lot of stuff in the beginning, but they didn't. They egged it on. But Jimmy Shaw, he ended up not being our MC. He ended up getting charged with a couple things, and they had to get rid of him as the MC. But there's one, like maybe you might even call the very first troll. Okay, here's a guy that had me come meet all these veterans and stuff and whatnot. Everything went great. He introduced me to his boys that played in the band. They came over to sign the canvas. Now, I mean, everything was perfect and great. Well, when I come back the next year, I wasn't quite so welcome. Yeah, I think Bill Levin and them had a little bit to say about the vet. You know, and you got to understand, that's their home turf. They opened the stupid church, First Church of Cannabis. Yet the vets asked me to be their voice. And that's where the Indiana Troll, the meth head, comes in. She owned a smoke shop there called High on the Hill, and she was in cahoots with the First Church of Cannabis. And I mean, all this stuff is on my old Jackapoo page and all. And they think because that's taken down that I don't have it all on my other computers, but I do. But those are stories for other times. But I take it very serious what I do. And I didn't change my name as a joke. If you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. And I'm proudly the voice of vets. I'm not a vet. I'll tell that every time someone says if you're a vet. Matter of fact, it says it in the back window. I want everybody to know, no, I am not a vet. But I am proud to be their voice. Very proud. And sure, I'm not every veteran's voice. I don't say I am every veteran's voice. But there's some vets that back then, 8-9 years ago, asked me to be the voice. There's a lot of them that's not here with us today. They've done passed on. And I'm not going to disrespect them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not. I got accused with one vet, Mr. Chambers, and the shit that Jimmy Shaw pulled with that, and lying to the family and stuff, and lying to Mr. Chambers is just a shame. But he's going to have to answer to the man above about all that. But they can't change the fact that I was asked to be the voice of the vets there. And this bus here, the Cannabis 2.4, when I got it in 2017, the good Lord got me this. The good Lord got me this, and got it back to Knoxville, got it painted, and got it to Indiana to where it was christened. It was literally christened at the Healing Fields by a veteran. Not a Vietnam vet, but a regular vet, Air Force vet, I think it was. So, and they can't change that. None of that can be changed. And I am proud to say that I was asked to be the voice of vets, and I always will be. That'll be one of the highest honors I ever get. And that's why it breaks my heart every time my one troll calls our veterans cocksucker. It just breaks my heart. He may have hatred for me, but why has he got hatred for our vets and stuff? Anyhow, people, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:20. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8. I'll be doing a short story, or hopefully it won't be super long, at lunchtime tomorrow, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's called Story Time. So please join in. Please tell people. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand. And if we try, we can all get along. Much love to you all.